Okay, let me hit the lights. Okay, we're gonna go through test scores here. Again, if you like to retake, you have 1 week from today. Now, here's what I mean by that. You have to come in before or after school. If you can't make it, you don't get to retake it. That's just how it works. You got to make time to earn it. You got to go over the problems you missed. And then once you're complete with your review of the problems you missed, then we set up a new time, and it has to be done within 1 week. So that means by next Monday, if you're going to retake, you are taking it. The last day you can retake is Monday. That doesn't mean you're coming in next Monday, reviewing in the morning, and then taking in the afternoon. That doesn't work that way. You have to review this week, and the last day you can retake is next Monday. But you can retake it anytime. I just ask that you don't try to come in here and retake it or do a review on Friday after school, because I have to set up for the homecoming dance, and I don't want to have to worry about you sitting in my classroom trying to retake the test. So it's not going to happen. So keep that in mind. So you've got limited days this week you can come in. Be responsible, figure out your own timing. Okay? You don't need to warn me, just come in. But I'm going to put up the test here in a, I'll put the test up here in a second. Let's see. Oh, perfect. Okay. I'm going to hand out the test so you can see your scores. Here's how it works. I go through every test question, every answer, so you can see what you got wrong. If I made a mistake, you have it right, I will give you points back. Now, it's got to be obvious. Like, I counted something wrong and I was looking at the wrong problem. But I don't want anything in front of you. I don't want any chance that you made a fix with a pencil, so put everything down below you right now. I don't want to have that circuit like, oh, that's right, and I see you're marking with a pencil.
Yeah.
So,
Who's key?
so, huh? I'm
Okay.
Me and Hayden, it's down below
okay, now again. Now, everything is down below you. If you failed it, I don't think anyone did, but let's say you failed it, you have to retake. It's not an option. You have to due to school rules. So let's walk through this. Out of 33 points total, they're already in the grade book. I think they were entered in Saturday morning. In fact, like Saturday, like 11 o'clock in the morning, so you can actually see what your scores were. All right, so here we go. Hourly rate. All you have to do is take the 8.95 times 40. Boom, it's 358. Like easy peasy.
Why was it so much point? How many points was the first problem?
2.
Oh, it said 7.
2.
Oh no, that was.
Yeah, sorry, it's a 2.
Holy crap.
Probably got a little faded. There's a 2 there.
Okay.
All right. Moving on to the next one. Next one, you have to multiply your hourly rate times 40, because that gives you a full week. And then take it times 50, that gives you the whole year. You're making $14,000 that year. Next one. This is probably the one that's probably the most challenging. There's probably a lot of points here, 5 points. You had to figure out what the time was in the morning and the time in the afternoon. Now, I just counted with my fingers at first, and then I went back and I checked it using the math that we've learned in class to see if it actually would work. 7:45 to 11. So, 7:45 to 8:45, that's 1 hour. 8:45 to 9:45. 9:45 to 10:45, 10:45. I can't go another hour, so I go another 15 minutes to get to 11. So 3 hours and 15. 12:15 to 4:30. 12:15 to 1:15. 1:15 to 2:15. 2:15 to 3:15. 3:15 to 4:15. That's 4 hours and an extra 15 minutes to get to 4:30. Then I add these together and I get 7 hours and 30 minutes. So there you go. There's your total, 7:30. Now, if you did not do it that way, you could just take the 11 minus 7:45, but you have to borrow from the 11, making a 6 carryover. If you did the military time in the afternoon, this is 16:30, because you have to add 12 to it, and subtract 12:15, you get 4:15. So you do the math, it all worked out, and you'd still get the same numbers. So I even show the work so you can see that it does work. All right, next one, compute the total wages. There were some people that absolutely butchered this problem. You have to calculate what you're earning if you get time and a half and if you get double time pay. You can actually see, I did that first. Before I even started the problem, look at this. He's making, or is this Roberto? Who is this person?
Yeah.
Roberto, earning $6.50 an hour. $6.50 times 1.5, this is if you worked overtime. $6.50 times 2, this is if you worked on a Sunday or a holiday. Like, I automatically did that before I even started the problem. Next, Roberta is working 48 hours. That means 40 hours during the week, 8 hours overtime. So that means I'm taking 650 times 40, the normal work week. The 975 times 8, because you worked 8 hours overtime. And you're also working 8 hours on Sundays, so that's the double time pay. That's why I'm taking 13 times 8. So that's why I did all those calculations, normal hours, overtime, double time. And I just had to put the hours behind it and multiply. You had to add those all up, it was $442. But I had some people absolutely butcher that problem. Didn't even calculate anything to do. Okay, next one. Fred works at a Skycap at an airport, is getting paid $5.15 an hour. He's working a 40-hour work week, so 515 times 40 is 206, and he's getting certain tips. Just add the tips in. Take your normal hours you worked, your hourly rate, right, $206, and add the tips in. You're getting $401. You add them all up. Easy peasy. Employees working Monday through Friday, right? You add up all the parts they're making, Eleni or whatever this is. I don't know what that name is for the book, but whatever. They're making 50 items that week. You take it times your piece rate, he's making $243. Because you just take how many items you built that week. Person's earning bi-monthly. Bi-monthly is twice, or it's 6 times a year. It's every 2 months. That's bi-monthly. So every 2 months, there's 6 months that you'll get paid. And you take 6 times 16,000, you get $98,000 a year. And the last one, second last one, commission rate. You have to convert. Most people did this part wrong. You have to convert this to decimals. You have to move it over 2 spots. It's a percent. So you move it back over 2 spots. So it's 0.032. You take that times your 28,000. So you're earning $900 total for the commission on that certain sale. That's quite a bit of money, 3% over that. And then you have to add that to the sales that you've earned, or the salary you earned for that week, because you're getting paid per hour. So you get $13.88. 28. Again, the most common mistake people made is forgetting to move the decimal. If it's a percent, you have to move the decimal back to the spot. That's how it always works. That's what we talk about in class. Last one, gross pay. All you have to do on this one is just subtract. You can actually see all my work here. I added my federal tax, state tax, Social Security, Medicare, and health insurance. I added those all up to get the $217, and I just subtracted off the $600 gross pay. His paycheck, or her paycheck, whoever this is $382.70. There you go. Questions, comments, concerns? You can see the point systems off to the side here. There's quite a bit. Because it depends on how much steps you actually have to do. Okay, if I made a mistake, let me know. It's an easy fix, because I do make mistakes sometimes. If you've got an extra freebie, because maybe I did a mistake grading, that's your freebie, I don't change that back. Because I went too quick and I should have learned better for the next time. Okay, questions at all? Okay, I'm gonna collect those, those are mine. Now, if you're gonna retake, you don't need to tell me right now. All you have to do is come in after school or before school, and we'll start reviewing the problems you missed to make sure you won't make the same mistake. But again, if you failed, you are required to retake. So don't.
I was just about there.
I don't know.
You were just about there,
It
so.
says, wait,
I got all of them.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
So you just have to do 206.
I beat you.
I'm mad
The
myself.
206 is what you're getting paid per hour,
I should
40
have
hours,
known
and you're just adding those
that's
tips.
halfway.
You're just getting
Or you should just done it right.
Shut up.
3 to 8 hours should earn this many tips.
you paid
Half
5.
point,
That's it.
a half
Times
point
40.
would be,
I'm
No,
mad.
times 40. Because we're in 40 hour week.
a half point would be
And
more
that's-
annoying.
Send
Because
it.
then you do like,
195
why not even do it
No,
all?
just 195%.
Why don't you do it all?
But it says during an 8-hour shift.
Yeah, it's just extra information you need.
My
You just
little
getting tips
grade
for an 8 hour
better.
period.
So you don't,
You don't have to figure out how many 8 hour shifts he's working.
Duh.
It's just during those 8 hour shifts, he's made a certain amount.
I've got nothing but hundreds in this class. Cause I
You're
fix
getting
all
paid
the
per hour,
homework.
right?
I fix all,
15 per
I
40 hour work
fix
week.
all the homework assignments.
And then just add tips and weird, add your 195.
Retake the
Extra tips per period.
Because you missed one.
Yeah, can I retake the
You didn't
test
get
because I
any
missed
tips
three?
during
I already did.
Just during 1 hour.
Never should have done that. Just that really.
No.
in 1 week, so keep that in mind. That's why I waited till today to go over, and she had 1 week from today. Okay, yeah, so let's go through a couple notes here. I only got 2 or 3 notes I want to talk about. I want to talk about rental rule, the renter's rule, and then the banker's rule for how much money you make per year. So 2 examples, that's it, then we're done for the day. So first example, let's say that you're getting paid a certain amount of money per, let's go per month. Somebody give me just some random number you're making.
2,000.
2,000 bucks. Okay, let's do that. So we're making 2,000 bucks per month. Now, here's the problem. I don't know which month. Okay, I don't know which month this is. Just we're making 2,000 bucks per month. So the trick is, what we want to know is how much you should, in theory, use as rent for your apartment. So what you do is you got to calculate in terms of years. Well, how many months are in a year?
12.
12. So you take 2,000, take it times 12. That way I know how much money I'm making in an annual rate. So that means how much money I'm making per year, right? So when I take it times 12, I'm getting what? 24,000 bucks?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next step is for the renter's rule. So for renter's rule is whatever your 1 week salary is, that's what you should pay for rent. I know that's not a lot of money, but 1 week salary. So here's what you do. You take your annual pay and you divide by how many weeks there are in a year. So in my case, I'm taking 24,000 bucks, that's what I'm making per year, and I'm going to divide by 52 weeks in a year. There's a total of 52 weeks in a year. Okay? So 24,000, and we're going to divide by 52. I should be paying no more than $461.54 for rent. Again, why we're dividing by 52? I want to know what 1 week's pay is. Does that make sense what we're doing? That's an unwritten rule. No joke. That is something you should seriously follow. The reason why you should follow that, you need to save all of your other money for other things. Car, insurances, taxes, like you should, groceries, any other types of bills, for electricity and water. Like they're just trying to manage your budget. 1/4 of your paycheck in a month, but 1 week basically, should be for rent. No more than that. Now, if you have multiple people living there, your rent will significantly change, it'll be lower, but don't bank on that, right? Because if they're not living there anymore, can you still afford it? Because obviously people are gonna move out, you're gonna get, in different situations, you don't put yourself in a spot where you can't afford that spot anymore, right? Because you might have to sign a contract for so many years. That's always a dangerous thing, especially when you go to college towns. Your contract starts in August and goes through August. Well, if you think about that, you're paying rent on something you're not going to be living in during the summer. Because you're not going to be there at the end of the summer. You're probably moving back home, maybe, I don't know. But you're used to pay rent through August. That's a weird thing. There's some bigger college towns you have to start, the leases start in April, and you pay through the next April. So there's weird times depending on what city you live in. Okay, but does everyone understand the renter's rule? Now, they're not always going to give you what you make per month. They might give you what you make per year. So then you just automatically divide by 52. Maybe they just tell you what your 1 week's pay is. Okay, you got your 1 week's pay, boom. Figure out what your rent is. It's that exact amount. Maybe they tell you you're making so much money bi-monthly, so calculate what your pay is, because I'll have that chart back up on the board tomorrow, and then divide by 52 again. Right? You got to figure out annual rate, divide by 52 every time. Make sense? Okay, second question, last question of the day. No joke, so last question of the day. It's the banker's rule. So if you know how much money you're getting paid maybe in a certain time period, let's say that you're making, you're making $1,785.35 and you're getting paid semi-monthly. Getting paid semi-monthly. Now, I'm going to give the chart that I had on the board the other day. So I was going to bring up earlier. Let me bring this up.
So they want 24.
All right. Boom. So here's your chart.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make this smaller.
that's
Okay.
twice a month.
Okay, here we go.
There's like every 2 months.
So, that's a little small. Can I make this a little bit bigger? Let's see.
Someone,
Okay, can we see that? Can anyone see that? Ready to make that bigger for anyone?
no,
Sounds good. Okay, so you're getting paid semi-monthly. That's this one. Right? Twice a month. That means you're getting paid $1,785.35 every, basically, it's almost every 2 weeks, but it depends on the month, but you're getting paid twice a month. So here's what we need to do first. Take your number, the 1785.35, and let's multiply by 24. I still want to do that same thing like I did last time. I want to know what your annual salary is. Right? The annual salary. So if I take this times 24, where's my calculator at? So 1785.35 times 24, $42,848.40. Okay, there's your annual pay. Now, why is this important? It's the last part. The banker's rule is how much money they will loan you for a house if you're going to take out a mortgage. You're going to buy a home instead of rent. So this is called the banker's rule. Banker's rule. It's this weird rule that every bank follows. It's actually pretty spot on the way they do it. But what you do is you take your annual pay rate that you get, and you take it times 2.5. It's this weird little rule. And this is what every bank follows, and this will get you either approved or disapproved for the house you want to purchase. So in my case, I got a $42,000 paycheck a year. I take that times 2.5, and this is the house that I can get a pre-approved for. I can be pre-approved by myself, if this is my paycheck, for $107,121 even. That's the house that I can get pre-approved for, with no other help. No putting down payments, nothing. Okay, preferably banks do want a down payment. That means you're putting extra money down as like a first payment to like guarantee you can get below this like magical number. Because maybe the house that you're trying to look at is $110,000. Well, you can only afford $107,000, right? That's what the bank will give you a loan for. So they would require that you put like a $3,000 deposit down, so you get below this magic number. It's always better to put money down on a house because you're paying it over such a long period. It will work out in the long run. It'll be worth a lot more to you by paying like earlier. But yeah, so that's the idea. So that's if you're going to buy a home. That's what you can get for a loan. This is if you're going to rent just for your 1 week salary. Be careful what they give you. If they gave you, you're getting paid every 2 weeks, calculate what your monthly pay is. Or your yearly pay, and then divide by 52. I know it seems really weird. Trust me, you want to do that. Okay, questions? Okay, that's it for today. Hopefully you have both of those examples written down. We're done for today. Very nice, very easy. You can relax. We're looking at homework tomorrow. Notes Wednesday, Thursday. I believe I do not have you guys on Friday because of homecoming activities on Friday. And then next week we'll continue on. So. But again, by next Monday, if you want to retake, you have to come in here this week before after school, and then Monday's the last day next week you can retake a test.